It looks like former WBC champion Carlos Cuadras versus Juan Francisco Estrada is next. And Chocolatito news. Stay tuned. Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. Hit the bell icon, the notification icon, so you get the alerts. And 2017 has been fun. It's been a fun year to cover boxing. And, you know, leave it to Ego of Boxing Ego to drop y'all with the latest plug and information. Ego Rumor Mill style, aka Erm. So, from what I'm hearing, it looks like a fight between Carlos Cuadras and Juan Francisco Estrada is done. This is a good fight. Now, for diehard boxing fans, you already know that this is a good fight, Cuadras versus El Gallo. But for people who may not be as deep into the sport of boxing, I'm going to tell you why it's a good fight. It's a good fight because first, Estrada gave Roman Chocolatito a tough fight, and some people believe that Estrada should have beat him, right? So that was one of Roman's fights as he was coming through the ranks, and that was one of his toughest fights, right? Roman has had some tough fights. He also had another tough fight with Carlos Cuadras, who was at the time the WBC champion, and he swole up Chocolatito's eyes in that fight. And that fight was at the Forum. It was a Fight of the Year nominee or candidate, and now the two looks like they're gonna set to do battle as a co-main event. I'm hearing at the Forum in Inglewood. Don't quote me on this. This is still in the quote-unquote rumor stage. I can't reveal my source or whatever, but Carlos Cuadras versus Juan Francisco Estrada is a really good fight, and it's a good fight because of the styles and because it means something. Now, let me put this into an even bigger perspective for you guys. September 9th is supposed to be main evented by Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez versus Sor Rungvisai. Right, Rungvisai just beat him. I was at the fight. Epic. I was in New York. It was an epic time. I really enjoyed the co-main event and the main event. Gennady, and no guys, Golovkin fought Daniel Jacobs, and then the card was very good. Well, actually, the main event and the co-main event were really good. I don't think Carlos Cuadras looked exceptional in his fight, and I think Andy Lee was on there. I don't think he looked great either, but I liked the main event, the co-main event, and Roman went to Ward. He was pushed to the brink, so it's a rightful immediate rematch in the same vein as Ward Kovalev or Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton. When you get that much of an explosive, combustible, epic fight, why not do an immediate rematch? So you got to think about it. This is what I love about boxing, that boxing has been hitting it on the fucking mark this year, is they're meaningful fights and they're giving us good cards. You know what I mean? Like, this means something. Like Ward Kovalev fighting, that means something. Sullivan Barrera versus Joe Smith Jr. That's the next tier of guys who are not like official champions. So that means something. Those fights all mean something to light heavyweight. Now for super flyweight, which I believe is the weight class, the 118 or whatever, and you have a main event in Chocolatito who's going to try to get revenge. Some people argue, I thought I had Chocolatito winning personally, but it was no walkover. It was no easy fight for him. It was apparent to me early that Sor Rungvisai can crack. I told you he reminds me of like a Takashi Miura type. Not much on defense, but he clearly has power. He's tough, and he went to war. And there's some clash of heads. Roman was leaking, so he's looking to clean that up and get his belts back. So that one is not done, but from what I hear, they're in negotiations as we speak. So they should be able to get that done. I know Roman wants the rematch, even though he didn't give Estrada a rematch or Carlos Cuadras an immediate rematch. He's the A side out of all these little dudes, and he wants an immediate rematch, so be it. But the thing I like is, like I said, the bigger picture is the winner of Chocolatito Sor Rungvisai Part 2 can ideally fight the co-main event winner, which is Juan El Gallo Estrada versus Carlos Cuadras. So you already have a ready-made fight. Let's say Roman cleans it up and wins, then it'll be an Estrada rematch, which is what I've been wanting to see for a while, because of that first tough fight. And even the Carlos Cuadras was a tough fight. That was more of a fight of halves. I thought Roman started off crispy and he was outworking Carlos Cuadras, but Carlos worked himself into the fight in the second half, and you seen Roman's eyes were looking terrible. I even interviewed Paulie Malignaggi after, and he says, listen, he said, don't get me wrong, Chocolatito, he's fun to watch, but pound for pound, no, you can't be pound for pound with, you know how Paulie be talking. He's like, you can't be pound for pound with both your eyes swollen shut, I'm sorry. And I agree with them. You can't be, how you pound for, that's some HBO shit, but we're not even gonna get into that. Now it's Vasyl Lomachenko, whatever. But yeah, to me, you can't really be pound for pound, and you're losing to Sor Rungvisai on paper. You're getting your eyes lumped shut by Carlos Cuadras, who was a champion, but you were more decorated than him. You know what I mean? You were the favorite. And that's not what we've seen from pound for pound. Like, you know what I mean? Like Ward Kovalev even. Kovalev was the known puncher and the crusher and all this. Like, it was a real piece of shit. Like, he was the guy like that had all the power advantages that most people thought. You know what I mean? So for Ward to have a tough fight with him after moving up, and only that's his third fight in the division, that's to be expected, because I don't rank Carlos Cuadras as a champion what I do Kovalev as a champion, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. But that's just my thoughts. I like this. Back to the fights. This is a good card. If it happens at the Forum, that's a great location. The first fight with Rungvisai and Chocolatito, like I said, I was at it. It was in New York. But I think LA market is just, Chocolatito already has like a ready-made fan base. Even though he's from Nicaragua, there's a lot of Mexican-American, Hispanic, and just all-around boxing fans in general that are flooding the boxing scene in SoCal, in New York. So this is just like an action type of card that is really going to resonate with the people, and I think it's a great card. So let me know what you guys think. It looks like they're 1 for 2. Obviously, Chocolatito, Sor Rungvisai have to come to terms. We don't know what he's going to be wanting or requesting, because he's the champion, so he's probably feeling himself like, I'm the man now. I'm the A-side. You know what I mean? But I had Chocolatito winning that fight for the record. Let me know what you guys thought. Who wins the rematch? Is it dangerous? And what do you think of El Gallo Estrada versus Carlos Cuadras? Another good fight. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share. Oh, one thing I got to say too. We got to get Inoue up in this mix, because he's looking like a beast. He's looking like he might be able to beat really all these dudes. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.
I think this fight though, the threat is each other.
Why would you put this Kovalev Ward winner pound for pound #1 as opposed to Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, like some commentators?
Well, I don't really know a lot of Chocolatito's opponents. You know what I mean? And when Chocolatito's finishing fight, and he's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. He's great to watch. He's exciting. He's got a lot of offensive prowess. But when you're finishing fights with your eyes closed, homie, you're not pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't be getting hit like that. You know, pound for pound means offense and defense. And he's a fun fighter to watch. He's you know, excitement value. I think that's the problem with the media here. The media in this country especially, they forget, they don't understand that excitement value and ability and effectiveness. Excitement value and effectiveness are two different things. And sometimes they don't go in the same room at all. Sometimes they're actually in two different rooms. Sometimes they can be mixed together, but a lot of the times effectiveness and excitement value are in totally different rooms. Arturo Gatti was exciting as hell. He was never going to be the #1 pound for pound guy. You know what I'm saying? So Chocolatito is exciting as hell. He's effective to a degree. I don't know how effective he is finishing fights with his eyes closed, though. You know what I mean? You're getting touched a little too much. The defense is part of the effective part of fighting. You know, effectiveness is not just offense; it's defense too. So, you know, that's why Vladimir Klitschko never got any credit. That's why guys like Pernell Whitaker a lot of times never got any credit. You know, effectiveness is effectiveness. It's not get it twisted with excitement value. Let's not be like these people that just become fans. And if you're gonna criticize, you gotta criticize the whole spectrum of things.
Do you believe the reason why some fans or even media members do that because they can't separate their personal emotions?
Absolutely.
From talking about the facts?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, it's natural to want to root for the guy who gets your adrenaline pumping, gets your blood flow. Oh man, this guy's something. Oh man, you want to root for him. Now all of a sudden you start creating scenarios in your mind. Like, oh, he's the best. What is he the best at? Getting hit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he the best at? You know, some of these guys are effective offensive fighters, but for me, a pound for pound great, top pound for pound guy has to have the effectiveness offensively and defensively. You got to show me something complete so that I can put you in with any style and you can be effective and you can effectively beat that style, you know?
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.